What is going on, everybody? Today we are looking at and reviewing the Mtech USA MT 1085IB. Yes, that's a very interesting, I wish they would just name their knives instead of just throwing their crazy numbers around like some of these guys love to do. So let's zoom in there so you can see the numbers there. So in case you want to look at this is a USA design supposedly. I've had a lot of Mtech knives. This one is a button lock. It's got flipper. Got your thumb studs on both sides. And I will say that, this knife was a pretty big shocker to me. And let me tell you, I really beat the heck out of this knife as far as flipping it. I probably have at least, at bare minimum, 2,000 or so, or probably well more flips on this knife. I purposely did that to see how much that this knife could actually take, as far as just a constant flipping. Mtech knives, I've had plenty of them. This is your typical Mtech knife, spring assisted, it works, liner lock. The problem is with a lot of these knives is, if you ever have to take them apart, they almost never go back together right. The spring will wear out, and as soon as that spring wears out, the knife is garbage. They won't flip at all. They just become totally worthless. But this is a $10 knife. They're cheap knives, and sometimes that's all somebody can afford. I would not recommend this. This knife here I paid $15 for. I don't expect a whole lot from a lot of these very inexpensive knife companies. This was pretty shocking though. I was pretty surprised. The steel is 3CR13 stainless steel. Take that for what it is for as far as a blade steel goes. The problem is with a lot of these companies is their heat treat. You never know where they're at with it. A lot of these companies, they don't typically have a good blade heat treat. But I will say that, it hasn't been too bad. It still has an edge. And I haven't sharpened it or anything. It's got a pretty good tip on it. You can see it's got a nice Tanto grind to it, where it kind of really is pretty symmetrical all this way. It's not really a compound. It's a slight, ever so slight hollow grind. Very slight, but all in all, I would say for, considering, and this knife is made in China. Don't be mistaken. The Mtech USA is just a USA design. But, so I flipped this knife, like I said, a lot. And I purposely did it just to see if it would hold up. You can't shake it or jar it loose. So its detent is actually pretty good. You can hear it. It stays. That's the thing. That's what I like about this knife. There's no spring assisted aspects to this knife at all. So the only bad thing that would probably be with this knife is this is on bearings. And if you have to take it apart and clean it, they are a little bit of a nightmare because they're not going to be caged bearings. So they can be a little bit tricky to get the bearings in line. You end up using a little bit of grease to hold the bearings in place while you piece it together. But unlike these knives, which are, you're dealing with the spring and stuff like that, and they almost never really want to go together correctly. you know, and you risk, you know, once that, like I said, once it's a cheap spring. But this knife doesn't have any spring, so, you know, and it flips great. The button lock works great. Every aspect of it, you know, is just, you know, just like a lot of other knives. Quick comparison size-wise. There, you got your bailout and your PM2 Tanto. So, you know, you can kind of see that, like, it's got a very good reminiscence of the bailout as far as size and width, you know, the blade size and shapes, very similar. Let's check a quick little blade thickness. 110, yeah, about 110 thousandths of an inch. Not too bad, you know. Like I said, let's compare it real quick to, I'm sure this is gonna be thinner. Yeah, 93 thousandths. And the PM2 has a pretty hefty stock, so yeah, you're up 145 thousandths. But, so, all in all, like I said, cool little knife. It's got a little heft to it as far as the weight goes. So you're just a little over 4 ounces. It's got some heft to it, definitely. But, you know, that will help it out in the long run too, you know. So if you're dropping it and stuff like that, there's not really a whole lot to really go wrong with this knife as far as that goes. And it doesn't take up a lot of space in your pocket. So even though it's heavy, it doesn't take up a lot of space. The screws for your pocket clip would be great if they're flush mounted, you know, so you'd have a lot less, you know, interference, but it does go into the pocket good, and it's a pretty deep carry too. I mean, right there, right up to the very edge there. So it disappears into your pocket nice. For $15, this is an excellent little knife. You know, it's got a little heft to it, but the button lock is flawless. You know, so you have all your deployments. You can deploy it with the button lock. You can deploy it with your, you know, with your tab, or you can deploy it with your thumb studs. So this knife, as far as fidgetability, is just absolutely insane for $15. You know, so you might not have the best blade steel, but for $15, this is a great little knife for somebody just starting off that wants a knife that's very fidgetable, but it's a great little knife. I mean, like I said, I've sat here and have flicked this knife so many times, and just to see if it would fail at all, and it hasn't. It just still just smooth. I mean, it slams shut. I mean, like I said, I just purposely just did this just to see if I could wear it, or, you know, compromise it in some fashion or another, and I haven't been able to. So this is a great little knife if you're looking for a knife that is super fidget friendly. You know, you've got all, you know, a bunch of different deployment methods. I mean, that button lock just works perfect. There's no play up or down, really, nothing at all. Now, keep in mind, these knives, you know, Mtech, you know, I might have just gotten perfectly lucky with this knife being what it is. You know, you might go out and buy one and be like, he just totally is wrong about this knife. That's the problem with a lot of these knives, is you never know where they're going to go as far as their quality control. You know, you can have some good batches and you can have some pretty bad batches of any knife, you know, even technically, even in the USA. But we just usually, a lot of knife companies in the US, you know, QC their stuff so they don't get out. These companies, a lot of times they don't, because they don't they just put the stuff out. I mean, if it works, they just throw it out there. So keep in mind, there is a risk of that, you know, but this one here in particular is just absolutely flawless. There's no play. You know, it's not the best blade steel in the world. Probably realistically, I haven't cut a lot with this knife, so it's hard to say how much it's really gonna hold up. But you know what, for $15, if you're just looking for a fidget-friendly knife, this is certainly a great little knife. You know, it's gonna fit slim in your pocket for the most part. It's got a little heft to it. It's got a lot more heft than the bailout, but for 15 bucks, it's hard to kind of go wrong with it if you're looking for an affordable, very fidget-friendly knife. You know, this has got it. So that's the Mtech USA Design MT 1085IB. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe if you want to see more content on all kinds of Tanto knives, inexpensive and expensive. So see you next time on the next video, guys. Have a great day.